What's up, everybody? Welcome to the next edition of the Losers Lounge podcast, and this is episode 101. It's good to be in the 100s episodes. Still crazy that we've been doing this for close to 5 years, and it's been a fun ride, and the ride continues every week. Ladies and gentlemen, I am, of course, joined here by my co-host, and he's none other than two-time Losers Lounge Member of the Year and Optimistic Hall of Famer, the heelest of ballers.
Thank you for the wonderful introduction, Christian. It's great to be back on the Losers Lounge podcast. And we're going to get into Halloween Havoc. And was it good? Well,
not really.
It was, well, for me, it was, we'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Yeah, it was, the way I put it, it's a mixed, in my opinion.
It's a mixed bag.
Yeah, I gave it a mixed review and everything. And that's unfortunate when you got an NXT show, especially on the level of Halloween Havoc.
For real, dude.
A lot of crazy stuff's up, but all in all, welcome to the scariest night of the year, complete with Quincy Elliott swishing his hips.
Yep. Who doesn't love Quincy Elliott?
Well, I mean, I don't love him, but, you know.
You know what I mean.
He's okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, however, who absolutely hate him.
Oh, for real.
For reasons unknown, probably because, you know what, we're not going to get into that stuff.
Exactly.
Halloween Havoc itself was alright, but once again it was they had appearances by none other than Chucky.
Yep.
Although it wasn't as cool because, you know, he did it last year.
Yeah, first time is always the best time.
Yep. The spin the wheel, make the deal situation was revealing the Apollo Crews Grayson Waller match ended up being a casket match. That's it. There was literally nothing else.
Yep.
The wheel was just there the whole night for decoration and nothing more.
For real, dude.
You know what they should have done? They should have made every match unknown stipulation until the actual event, then spun the wheel, and then we got to make the deal there.
Oh, yeah, dude, seriously.
Yep.
Been more creative.
That would have been, honestly, more creative. Give it like a Cyber Sunday feel.
Cyber Sunday. Please bring that back.
I mean, they've been doing pay-per-views on Saturdays, so I'm assuming they'd be Cyber Saturday.
Yeah, Cyber Saturday.
Close. It's close, at least. They did bring back Taboo Tuesday recently.
Yeah, they did. I think for live events, something like that.
Yeah. But anyways, folks, we're going to get right into the matches that took place, and we'll let you know of what we thought was good, what we thought was bad, and what we thought was, well, we don't know why it was there.
Mm-hmm.
First match was the ladders match for the vacant North American Championship, as the participants were Oro Mensah, Nathan Frazier, Von Wagner, Carmelo Hayes, and Wes Lee.
Yep.
And I would say, yes, that was the best match of the night, kind of by default.
That was the probably second best match tonight for me. We'll get to the real one at the very end of the show.
Yeah, no problem, man. But I will say the winner, of course, the new North American champion, and it's none other than Wes Lee.
So deserving, man. Like, it was great.
Want to hear a fun fact?
What's that?
He's the second Lee to ever be the North American champion.
I wonder where the first Lee went.
I don't know what he's up to, but that's okay. Now we know what Keith Lee's up to. He's having a good time.
Oh, for real.
Yep. So, it's crazy thing, Wes Lee went from regaining the tag team titles with his former partner in MSK, and then, well, all that shit went down. Then he was
rehire Nash Carter.
Yep. And then, of course, you know, he was going about his own thing, trying to rise to the occasion, but failing a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Making it here, making it there, not really getting success, and then finally he wins the North American title.
Yes, sir.
We can all agree, in Willie's case, the worst decision would have been give Von Wagner the title, but the second worst decision would have been give Carmelo Hayes back the title.
Like I said last week, I love Carmelo Hayes, but he didn't need to win the match, honestly.
Yep. I think he's the one who should be dethroning Braun Breaker.
I'll take him over somebody else at this point.
As for the other participants, I will say Nathan Frazier honestly was one of the biggest highlights of the match.
He's good.
Yeah, there were a couple hits, a couple misses. Von Wagner, despite the fact you don't like him and can't stand him, he was actually pretty good in the match.
You almost killed a fan in the audience, though.
If it were me, I would have pretended I got hit by the ladder.
That woman had good reflexes, I'm not gonna lie.
Yep. Oro Mensah also did pretty good. However, I will say there were a few times where Oro Mensah looked to hit an amazing move on an opponent on the ladder, but then, of course, hurt himself more. Example being, he hit a scissors kick on Wesley once. So Wesley got hit by the scissors kick, and he fell onto the ladder, though he hardly hit it. Meanwhile, Oro landed right on his ass on the ladder.
Imagine landing ass first on the freaking ladder. That would suck.
Yeah, I was watching the show with a friend of mine, and even he said it always gets annoying whenever people try do these moves where they try to sandwich people in the ladders when they're actually hurting themselves more than they're hurting the opponents.
That's what my homie said in the call I was in too. It's there were just some spots that were very dangerous. Hint, hint. Von Wagner launching Wesley over the announce table, and oh my god, that spot just
was insane.
It was freaking crazy. I'm like, what the heck?
I will say though, there was for a ladder match, honestly, they really made sure that they didn't waste any single bit of time.
Oh no.
So that's what I'm glad for. I'm glad that they decided to do that 5-person ladder match for the vacant title.
Oh, same.
Wesley is the new champion, and now we'll find out what's next for him.
Yes, sir.
But we also want to know what's next for the rest of them.
Yeah.
We don't know. But that's the best part about this.
Yeah, we don't know. Is that you never know.
And honestly, after we saw that match, of course, we thought for a second it was going to be okay, well, this is going to be amazing. Because one match down, we have several spin the wheel, make the deal moments happening. It's time to get some more excitement in. Unfortunately, the problem is it has a strong start, but the rest of the matches just could not seem to follow.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. It seems like as if they were started off at the top of the hill and went downhill for a lot of the matches. You'll see in a moment. Before we get to the next match, shall we talk about what happened, cinematically?
Yes, let's talk about it, please.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah, my sex tape got released.
Yeah, I filmed it.
Yeah, yep, indeed. Anyways, let's talk about the other thing that happened at Halloween Havoc. And that is the haunted house with Toxic Attraction and Alba Fire.
What a segment. What a segment, man.
That was an amazing thing. And honestly, I'll also take this moment and say, congrats, Mandy Rose, on reaching 1 year as NXT Women's Champion.
Funny thing is, before I got on here to record with Chris, so I put a post on my Instagram story, right? And I tagged Mandy, and she saw it. So I was over marking. I'm like, oh my god, she saw it, yay! And all that. So it's pretty cool. I got noticed by the champ, so it's pretty dope.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like the Toxic Attraction pulled up to Alba Fire's haunted house, and I guess it wouldn't be a Halloween themed event without someone going through a haunted house.
Oh, for real. And zombies, and blood, and lots of things that were very weird. You know, Chris, that took me back to 2020. With the cinematic stuff back in the day, man. That's what I thought about when I saw this. I was like, there you go. This is great.
The fact that we just said 2020 is back in the day.
Yeah.
It still feels like yesterday.
I know, right? Jeez.
That was an insane year.
I missed the Thunderdome, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god. I will say that there was a lot of crazy shit that went down in that year, but there was a lot of crazy shit that went down in that haunted house. I honestly believe JC Jane was the highlight.
Dude, she's... I love how Gigi was mocking her, well, it's so funny.
I want to stay in the car. And you like how, when they're in the haunted house, Mandy Rose is like, alright, maybe we should split up. And Jason's like, don't you watch horror movies?
Exactly.
Yeah, you never split up.
My friend shouted out when that happened. He's like, yeah, of course you don't watch horror movies or something like that. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I watch horror movies all the time. Matter of fact, I've been on a horror movie marathon since October began.
Nice.
Yeah. The thing is, of course, I had to rewatch the Halloween movies because I wanted to get myself hyped up for Halloween Ends. Which, by the way, I enjoyed it, folks. If you haven't seen it yet, it's available now in theaters and it's on Peacock.
It's on the cock. Go watch it. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Just don't watch in the dark. If you want to watch in the dark, go watch in the dark. But, have fun.
I mean, if you're at a movie theater, then you gotta watch it in the dark.
Oh, yeah, for real.
But then, of course, there's also a movie that's also in theaters, and that is Black Adam. Go see it.
Black Adam. Very good.
Yes, indeed. So, I absolutely love how inside that haunted house, they actually did a really good job. You know, JC Jennings just freaked out by everything, so she was the first to go.
Yep.
Gigi Dolan, what'd you do? Did you get locked in a fridge or something?
Yes, because that's what they do with bodies after they, get rid of them. I'm
Throw 'em
not
in the
going to go into
fridge.
detail about that. Anyways.
Mandy Rose ended up brawling with Alba Fire, and then, of course, Alba hijacked Grand Theft Auto style Toxic Attraction's vehicle and drove her back to the Performance Center.
Oh, for real, that was great.
Although before she drove away, I mean, Gigi Dolan and JC Jane suddenly showed up, and I was like, wait, wasn't Gigi locked in the fridge? How'd she get out of there so fast?
Probably because there's a secret passageway. I don't freaking know.
Yeah, well, there's always secret passages in haunted houses. Have you ever been in crazy haunted houses before?
Yes.
Did you ever get freaked out by any of them?
Not really. I mean, there was one time, yeah, but not really. I'm pretty used to scary stuff, so.
Losers Lounge should totally film a video where we're going into a haunted house.
Yes, we should.
One of us should definitely play the part of the scared person.
That'll be you.
What? Why me?
Because you're the least let me see, how do I say this? You're the more intimidating out of all of us.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I'm the most intimidating out of everyone, so it makes sense I'm the most intimidated.
Yep.
But anyways, I will say there is something that NXT kind of messed up on, and that is prior to showing the haunted house video.
What's that?
They had the Druids come out to bring out the casket for Apollo Crews versus Grayson Waller, which is the next match we're going to talk about, folks. And the thing is, they brought the casket out before they showed the 15-minute haunted house video.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, I guess they're passing time. It was so weird.
Yeah, they had no reason to pass time. Like, they weren't redecorating or anything.
Mm-hmm. Probably get things set up, all kind of stuff, just to pass the time. We can go.
All you had to do was just put a casket at ringside, and then you're done.
I guess what's to entertain the audience.
Yeah, that was a little weird. You probably should have waited until after the video to bring out the casket.
There you go.
So yeah, Apollo Crews took on Grayson Waller, and what I was shocked was not an eye for an eye match.
Thank God.
Given the fact that they've been bleeding out of their eyes over the course of the build-up.
Yep.
I still don't understand how the hell that happens.
Pink eye. Just don't go search that up.
I guess that's what I must have been having. Nah, folks, by the way, for those that don't know, I've been suffering from eye irritations all weekend long, and still I'm kind of right now. As far as I know, it's just allergies, but the weird thing is this usually happens to me in the spring, which is when it's understandable. I don't understand what's going on, but then again, I've heard that allergies are running wild in the fall.
Homie, they are. Tell me about it.
Kind of like Hulk Hogan.
Oof.
Running wild. Get it?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that was dumb. Let me just move on.
Anyways.
So yeah, this was made as a casket match, and this is one of the rarest occasions where there's a casket match that doesn't feature either The Undertaker or Kane.
Yes, sir.
However, I will say, I don't get, why do we even bring out the casket match if we don't have them supernatural guys? That would have been perfect for a Joe Gacy match, but not this. Because,
true.
I'm just saying, a casket match between Apollo. But then again, I think the only reason they brought that out is because, Halloween.
Yep.
Right? Graveyard, that's old as shit.
Ooh,
scary ghosts. And apparently they could not get the usual traditional caskets they have for the Undertaker's matches.
Yeah.
They were the easily breakable wooden ones. And I say easily breakable because it actually broke.
Yeah, with these too.
Yeah, Apollo Crews was sent into the casket. Literally through it.
Botch or whatever, but it was so weird.
Yeah, that was unusual. And then, of course, the lights went out. And when the lights went out, what do we normally expect?
Debuts and all that.
It's either going to be a big debut, a return, a supernatural entity is showing up. Nope, the lights came back on, and it's Apollo Crews leading the Druids with a second casket.
Yeah.
That's it. That's literally it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what the hell was that all about?
Could just brought the casket out anyways. I guess they just wanted to be spooky.
And the fact that you see Apollo Crews leading them, that just made it even less spooky.
Exactly. We get it, WWE. It's Halloween. We get it. Like,
yeah, but here's
what's next? A graveyard match next year?
I mean, I honestly wouldn't mind that. I mean, the Boneyard match that took place with AJ and The Undertaker was fantastic.
Oh, that is true. Let's do that next year.
Yeah, you know,
Please.
yeah. Spin the wheel, make the deal. Boneyard match. Let's do this.
Yeah.
So they ended up getting that first casket out of there, putting the second one in. And the second one looked a little smaller than the first one.
I'm surprised he didn't.
At that moment,
he was able to fit in it.
At that moment, I was like, yeah, they're not going to fit in this. How's this going to work? But
nope,
then,
exactly.
This is an interesting part. Booker T, who's back on commentary on NXT, he actually said this. It looks so luxurious. There could be a jacuzzi in there.
Yeah.
To which I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure that I don't understand why caskets would come with jacuzzis, because, like, why would you want to give the dead decomposing bodies a nice hot bath?
And how would you... Never mind.
However, at one point when Grayson and Apollo were fighting, they ended up falling in the casket, and they looked like they were chilling in a jacuzzi, so maybe Booker was onto something.
At least you got that part right.
Yeah. They're like, fighting. Okay, I'm tired. Let's just relax. You know, let's just forget the fighting. You know, let's just make amends here. This is
always, yeah.
But in the end, Apollo Crews hit a choke slam on Grayson Waller right into the casket and shut the lid.
Yep. Oh, and also like there were so many like callbacks to the Undertaker during this match. They were sitting up. Grayson even taunted the Undertaker. I'm like,
tried to do a tombstone. I did like Apollo's counter. He looked like he was going to do the tombstone himself, but then hit that that code breaker like move he does.
Yep.
So when I saw that, I was like, okay, that was actually pretty impressive.
Apollo's great.
Yep, Apollo wins the match, and then we move on to the next match. And that next match was the Weapons Wild match.
Oh, boy.
Between Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade, two former best friends, former tag team champions, and it's at that moment when you're thinking, this is going to be a wild match. This is going to be insane. This is going to be awesome. This was shit.
Down the drain.
Yeah, absolute shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
The weapons, indeed, they were wild, but the match was anything but wild.
You know, the way they were building up, like, oh my god, they're going to kill each other and all that. Yeah. And it was just...
When I saw the ringside area, I'm like, okay, I see chairs, I see garbage cans, broomsticks, candlesticks. Oh my god, they're all over the place. Let's do this.
Let's get insane. And it was not insane at all.
I will say, like, and even when they had the weapons, they couldn't even make that look good. The reason, and here's an example of why. Roxanne had Cora's skateboard as like a little, hey, I got your skateboard. Remember when you used to have this? And then at one point, like, what was it? Cora was like grabbing random trash can lids and throwing them to no avail. Easy block with a skateboard. And even when she so-called got hit with the skateboard, she never even made contact with it.
Exactly.
Not to mention, like, the whole, like, hitting the face against the skateboard. It didn't even look like she was hitting her face on it at all. They couldn't even make that look good.
It was everywhere, honestly. It sucked. Okay, I wouldn't say it sucked. It was just not that good.
To me, it sucked.
There you go. It was just
it
not
was
that
absolutely
good.
horrible. I just didn't understand the reason for this. I mean, they could have honestly done better. These are two ladies who know each other so well. You know, you'd expect two people who know each other so well to go wild in a match. Literally named a Weapons Wild match.
This made Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey actually seem comparable. Well, actually, it's not comparable, but you know what I mean, folks.
No, I mean, their Extreme Rules match wasn't that bad. I mean, it was bad, but, you know, it wasn't that bad.
Exactly.
But I will say, like, example, if Heel Balor and myself, after everything we've been through, knew we were competing in a match against each other, we would have done better than that. We would have came up with a lot of crazy spots.
Mm-hmm. Like light tubes, glass, fire.
Okay, maybe not that, but
other things.
No, not a chance.
No, not really.
I will say though, that was an okay spot, you know, when Cora and Roxanne fell off that balcony through a waiting table.
It was cool, but like it was so funny though because like
it was kind of
Cora's out here, like they just fall backwards. I'm like, what the heck are y'all doing?
It was. I'll be honest. There was something unnecessary that happened in that moment. Roxanne could have easily just pushed Cora off the balcony through the table. She decided to take herself with her.
Unless she was trying to protect Cora on the way down, but it wasn't like a long fall anyways. It was so bizarre.
Yeah, it wasn't that
weird. It was so weird.
Yeah, it was very weird. It's the
time. I thought Roxanne tripped. No joke. I was like, wait, is she going down? And I was like, okay then.
Yeah, that would have been weird if she had done that. That probably would have made things even worse. But in the end, Roxanne Perez got the victory, but unfortunately, they failed to really do anything cool in it. Yeah, I get it. Cora Jade's the one who betrayed her. Roxanne gets her revenge, and it was just terrible.
And the only part I kind of laughed at was like Roxy, rolling Cora out with the skateboard. That's it. That's really it.
Yeah. She was on the skateboard, rolled out of the ring. But even that, honestly, could have... Here's the thing. That actually almost went bad because Cora almost landed on her head.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, that could have caused the really bad situations in real life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that was unusual. It was a weird breakup, and it was a weird feud, and it culminated in a shitty match.
Unless they do a loser leaves NXT match, where I could totally see them doing.
Yeah.
Kind of hope they do that.
That's the case. Bring Roxanne up to the main roster. She was awesome. She did better on SmackDown than she did in this match.
That is so true. That is so true.
That's unfortunate. But anyway, we're going to move on now. Because right after that, I believe the hosts, Shotzi and Quincy Elliott, came out. Quincy, apparently in a banana outfit.
It's peanut butter jelly time.
It's peanut butter jelly time! Yeah, peanut butter jelly time!
Way up, way up, way up, way up. Anyways.
I'm surprised that none of them did that. There was a big opportunity for that.
That song should have hit when he came out.
I will admit, though, Shotzi looked great in the Joker costume.
Well, she rocks any look.
Oh, yeah. But, then we had Lash Legend come out.
I don't care. I legit walked out of the room.
Yeah, here's the thing. Lash Legend, she really needs a lot of improvement on a lot of things. Trust me.
Oh,
however,
yes.
Yeah, she complained about not being the host of Halloween Havoc. I'm like, you're not even in a costume!
It was so weird.
If you're gonna be hosting a Halloween event, you should be dressed in a Halloween costume. She was dressed in like what? She looked like she was heading into the awards show or something.
Jeez.
Nobody dresses like that in Halloween.
No, she doesn't. No.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, you're right.
But, well, she got a DDT anyway.
Oh, that's what she got. Like I said, I walked out of the room. I didn't care.
Yeah. Well, Quincy Elliott was just enjoying the fun.
Of course he is, because that's Quincy Elliott.
Anyways, though, the next match that took place was an ambulance match between Julius Creed and Damon Kemp, where if Julius loses, Brutus Creed would have to leave NXT.
Really violent match.
I will say, though, when I saw the stretchers at ringside, it just gave me nostalgia of the stretcher match. Remember that?
Shawn Michaels and Batista, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy. Remember those days.
I love stretcher matches. Wheel them across the finish line.
Yep.
In this case, since this is in the Performance Center, the ambulance was so far away.
Yeah, it was. It was literally in the back. It was so funny.
The place where it was at, I'm like, it could have easily backed up a little bit more and it would have been more visible.
Yeah, dude. Seriously.
But in this case, I'd ask myself, if Damon Kemp wanted to split up the Creed brothers and everything, that's one thing, but why not just have both Creed brothers be gone from NXT if he wins the match?
WWE logic, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the moment when you're like, yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah, it was weird. And wouldn't you want to take apart all of Diamond Mine at the same time? Like the stipulation would be like if Julius lost, like all of Diamond Mine would have to disband or whatever. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, but we're just talking. Yeah, in this case, we're just talking one person.
Exactly. And Julius did find on his own, so how? Yeah. I don't get it.
Yeah, this is honestly showing more that the Creed brothers can go on singles.
Exactly.
And right now, I don't really know if they should be singles actions right now.
Nah,
They definitely
not
should.
yet.
They definitely should go to the main roster as a team.
Yes, and face the Usos
Yeah.
and Alpha Academy.
I will say though, I like the when Julius Creed like entered, he started throwing pumpkins at Damon Kemp.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was
I'm
funny.
surprised there's that bounce in the crowd. I was like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah, here's the thing. When I saw that, I was like, oh my god, like he's missing the shot every single time.
Dude, it was so weird.
He kind of
funny.
yeah, it's like since they were in Orlando, I kind of thought maybe he was trying to like try out for the Orlando Magic by missing on purpose.
Ooh, ouch.
It doesn't make sense, does it?
No, wrestling doesn't make sense either.
It's kind of like having a basketball team in Seattle.
Oof.
Big, humongous booing.
We'll wait for y'all's booing to stop. Yeah, we'll
I can't hear you. Everybody's booing too loud.
I can't hear you too either.
What?
What did you say, Christian?
What?
Exactly.
Oh man, I love that moment in 2018.
Oh yeah, same.
So I also love how, despite everything they went through, the fans started chanting, "Use the pumpkin," and I'm like, they literally tried.
Exactly.
They tried and failed many times. Threw the pumpkin. Weird. Oh, missed them. They probably killed a family of 4, but let's throw another pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh, man. But in the end, here's the thing. There's something that really I did not like, and even the friend of mine who was watching the show also agreed with, and that is...
What you got?
I understand not wanting to lose the match, but I would not put my fingers against the door.
Let's talk about that. Like when that moment happened.
At that moment, I'm like, I'm sorry, Brutus, but your career is not worth me losing my fucking fingers.
Like, jeez.
Yeah, like maybe if he had like at least try to push it with his hand and everything, but instead he just put his fingers on the edge so that when the door closes, it would slam on them.
Exactly.
And I'm like,
and he no-sold it too.
Yeah, I'm like, when you get your finger slammed on the door, Willie, have you ever had your finger slammed on a door?
I got a scar to prove it. I won't talk about it.
Yeah, I have had my fingers slammed on doors several times. You feel like as if you just broke them.
Yeah, I think I broke mine one time, but I did. Thank God I didn't break the brand. But yeah, seriously.
I would not put my fingers out there to try and just prevent a door from closing.
It's like having your toenail smashed into. It's like having your toenail smashed into like a door or whatever.
Like,
oh my God.
There were crutches in there. Just pull one of those and put them at the entrance.
Exactly.
Then you'd be like, oh.
Threw the crunches out. I'm like, nothing.
And there's like, oh, can't close. It's like, can't close. There's a crutch blocking the way.
Exactly.
But yeah, Julius just comes out of that as if, yeah, I'm back in order. I'm like, dude, you just got your fingers slammed like 3 times. How the hell are you still moving?
The funny thing is like he kept picking up stuff. I'm like, well, how are you doing that? Like,
yeah, your fingers should be broken. And if they're not broken, just pretend they are.
Like, make it make sense.
And then you can just tell your brother, and they can just like make it look like you have your broken fingers, but you're not gonna let that stop you from winning the match. So even if you're in a lot of freaking pain, you're still trying to win.
I like how none of Diamond came out. No Ivy now, no Brutus. Roderick Strong's in the hospital, so nobody came out.
Yeah, not even after he won.
Yeah, nobody came after he won. I'm like, what is
Julius
this?
won the match. He threw Damon into the ambulance at one point, shut the door. However, I will say I like the wheelchair thing they did.
Oh, that was funny.
Tied him up, like put him, what I would have done is I would have duct taped him to the wheelchair, so that his arms can't flail about. Wheel him to the freaking ambulance, put him in there, then, take a moment to bask in the glory. No offense to Keith Lee, sorry.
Oof.
And then, say, bye-bye, close each door.
It's, I always wonder in ambulance matches, the driver in the front seat, what are we thinking about?
Yeah. And there's Julius Creed. His fingers are broken, but apparently he forgot about that.
And I guarantee you they're broken, because go back and watch the clip. Because it's freaking brutal.
Yeah, that was just, I was like, oh my God. I would have thought that when he got his fingers smashed in, that would make him let go, and then Damon could take advantage and then shut the door.
Nope, he just gets out like it's nothing, starts punching, starts throwing things. starts launching chairs. Oh my God.
That is not how it works.
You're supposed, unless he has supernatural powers.
You know, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Willie, go ahead. Slam the door. Slam the door.
All
Seriously,
right.
my hands are gonna. Ah! Okay, that hurt. Maybe we should have done the wooden door, not the steel door.
Well, he told me to slam the door, guys. I slammed the door.
You know what?
Stand up, Christian. We got a podcast to finish. Come on now.
Can I at least get some ice first?
No. Duty comes first. No. Duty comes first.
You know, here, I got some ice. I'm just gonna have to do the rest of this podcast with my hands in ice.
Exactly.
How did Julius get out of this?
I don't know. Supernatural powers.
Probably. We're in Halloween, so, you know, nothing is realistic.
Exactly.
Oh, look at that. My fingers are better now. Oh, wow. That was a miracle.
Well, you are a Christian Miracle. Anyways.
Wow. Okay, I just find it hilarious that right as the ambulance is leaving, that's when Alba Fire arrives.
Yeah, it was so funny.
Even before, like, the car really truly pulled up, when I saw another car with that ambulance, I was like, let me guess, is that Alba Fire?
I thought it was some kind of guest or something like that.
Yep.
I was like, oh,
yep,
it's Alba.
Alba Fire, returning with Mandy Rose, who easily got out of the car.
Through the other side, mind you, which means she was conscious the entire time, because when Alba was carrying her to the car, she was unconscious, which means, I guarantee you, during the ride over, she somehow regained consciousness.
Oh, she did.
Which means,
she did, actually. There was a moment, like, you were probably, this is when you were probably gone with that one segment involving, like, Lash Legend.
Yeah.
Right after that, it showed like, Alba Fire driving, and then there's Mandy Rose in the back seat, and Alba just gives her a punch, but while Mandy gets hit, but she's still conscious. I'm like, so she didn't even think to, like, open a door and tuck and roll or something?
Exactly.
That would have been the best way for her to get out.
In the middle of the woods. Wait, where were they driving? Like, what part of the road were they driving? Like the woods or something like that?
They were, yeah, but, you know, when you're in Orlando, Florida, I've been to Orlando, there's not a lot of woods in there.
There you go. So just get out of the car and just run for your life. Grant, she'll hunt you down, beat you with the bat, and then put you back in the car, but you'll be fine.
Yeah, Mandy Rose easily got out of the car without any resistance. At that moment, I'm like, yeah, she could have easily just done that throughout the 2 hours that she was in the car with her.
I wonder if they stopped for bathroom breaks.
Or maybe to get some McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's.
Maybe that's the reason Mandy didn't get out.
Oh, probably.
I mean, you gotta understand, like, if you're hungry, like, even if you're in a feud with somebody, you gotta eat something.
Exactly. They just break character and he gets lunch or dinner at that time.
Yeah. Anyways, though, Alba Fire fights Mandy Rose right into the Performance Center, right into the ring. They could start the NXT Women's Title Match. It wasn't that long at all because
No, it wasn't.
I will say Mandy did regain some control, but then, you know, just as Alba is about to win, there's the rest of Toxic Attraction. And I'm like, how the hell did they get here?
I legit screamed, how did y'all get there so fast?
Yeah, they showed up like 5 minutes ago, and they stole your car. You had no ride, and even if you ordered an Uber, that would not have gotten you there in time.
Gigi was locked in a freezer, and JC Jane was kidnapped. So how did you escape? Oh, mind you, granted, they got out of those situations, but also, you know, they went
had
back
no
to the
car.
situations.
They had
exactly.
no car. They were
How'd
like,
they know where they were going?
They didn't even know exactly what location they were in, and even if they managed to successfully call in an Uber, they probably at least get like 5 or 10 minutes of waiting for the Uber to show up, and then the Uber wouldn't exactly be speeding like a NASCAR racer to the Performance Center.
By the time they got there, Mandy would probably lost her belt anyway. But no, they show up like it's nothing.
Yeah, they showed up literally 5 minutes after Alba and Mandy showed up, and according to this, you know, they were driving for 2 hours, and they never stopped. And yet somehow they were there.
What?
This doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense, dude.
And of course, you know, Toxic Attraction helps Mandy Rose win the match, which is unfortunate because that's hardly ever happened recently.
Exactly.
I'm cool with it. It's kind of difficult to put a little respect on Mandy Rose's name on that case because, you know, this is turning into Roman Reigns and the Bloodline.
Exactly. Oh, and Sonya Deville wasn't even there, so yeah. According to Wikipedia, apparently Sonya is a part of Toxic now. So, okay then.
Well, that's just weird.
That's that. All right then.
Regardless,
Logic.
Mandy Rose retained the women's title after everything that just went down. I'm thinking Toxic Attraction are more supernatural than Alba Fire ever was.
Pretty much. I mean, I said last week, like, Alba Fire was going to probably lose. I kind of had her winning, not going to lie. But now that she held the title up last week, it made sense that she lost. And plus, no offense to Alba Fire, you are not the one to beat Mandy Rose. And, I think I know who's going to beat her, and I'm probably going to write about it. But anyways, yeah, Mandy Rose retained the belt. It was there. Yeah, it was just that. Yeah. And then she pointed to the heavens and all that to her brother, and that was very sweet. And that was it.
That was it. That's literally it.
That was it. That was the match. And it was 7 minutes long, apparently.
It was 7 minutes, and I still don't understand how the hell did this even go down. Like, I'm still trying to lock in how Gigi and JC got there so fast.
I don't know how they got into the building, but like, I don't know. And how did you get out in the woods not eaten by alligators and crocodiles, since Florida's known for that?
Well, honestly, I'd probably assume, like, they could fly.
What do you think they are? The freaking sisters are from the witch sisters from God damn it. Help me out, Christian.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Moving on.
But regardless, I'm just saying that, like, with this whole scenario...
Hocus Pocus, that's what I'm thinking of. Hocus Pocus. That movie.
Ah, right. Speaking of, Hocus Pocus 2 is on Disney+. Go watch it, folks.
Yes, go watch Disney+. Now, go order Disney+. Now. Please.
I will say the one thing that is always crossed my mind is this probably would have made a lot more sense if Alba Fire and Mandy Rose showed up, let's say, a couple matches before the actual women's title match took place and continued brawling throughout the PC. That would give Toxic Attraction enough time to get back.
Show them actually going to the PC. And I know, like, this was obviously pre-taped and all that, but at least, I don't know.
Yeah, well, even when here's the thing, despite the fact that you got things pre-taped, that's not exactly an excuse because,
exactly.
You gotta still sell it.
Reminds me of Raw this past week. There needs to be logic in professional wrestling.
There really does. With that being said, let's actually go to some logic. Let's go to the main event. The main event was the triple threat for the NXT Championship, as Braun Breaker defended against Ilya Dragunov and JD McHappy Meal.
Yes, JD McHappy Meal. Oh, I'm sorry, JD the chiropractor. He's freaking insane.
Yes, indeed. JD McDonough. So, that was actually a good match. Was this the one that you said was the best match?
Yes, sir. This right here, match of the night for me, man. My God.
What'd you think overall of it?
Oh, my gosh. Three amazing athletes went out there and just kicked the living crap of each other. Spears, headbutts. Near fall where I thought that Ilya had the freaking title won. Dragon, I thought you had it right there, but there's JD McDonough right there just for the save. I'm like, oh, my God.
I actually like the way that went down. We've seen breaking up pinfalls by hitting the pin wrestlers or pulling the referee, but I barely ever see someone grab a referee's hand to stop it from hitting the mat.
That's the first. I wouldn't say first, but it's first I've seen in a long time.
Yep, if I hadn't been there in time, that would have been it, and we would have crowned a new NXT champion.
Yep.
I did have a little bit of a pet peeve in the build-up, though. Ilya Dragunov claimed that he was going to get the title that should have been his. Or actually
I didn't know that.
He said regain the title that should have been his, and I'm like, wait, regain?
Yeah,
You've never been the NXT champion. The NXT UK title retired. It's not.
I know, like, it was unified with the NXT title, but that still doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make it. It's not also the NXT UK title. It's just one title now.
That's like saying that the belt that Wes Lee has is the North American Cruiserweight Championship thing, since that belt was unified with that title.
Precisely. Doesn't make any sense. It's like having a Oh, wait, I already made that joke.
Yeah, you already made that joke, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But in this case, I'm like, Braun Breaker has really, really improved. And I'm like, oh my God, that dude is fucking amazing.
Been saying that for a long time. That's my guy.
Definitely should not have lost to Dolph Ziggler earlier this year.
Don't remind me of that.
Yeah. Because, just to regain the title and hang on to it for yet another half a year. I'm like, should have just kept it since January when you won it.
I still can't believe that happened. Just...
it led to nothing.
How?
It led to nothing, and it was done for no reason.
And then he lost on Raw, which I can understand, but then he fought a very forgettable NXT show in front of a big audience, mind you, that I don't remember. So, yeah.
Yeah, how does Braun Breaker lose to Dolph Ziggler at the NXT Stand and Deliver event in Dallas, only to just win it back on Raw in the same arena just a couple nights later? I'm like, if he couldn't win it, if he was just gonna win it, why didn't he just win it there?
It doesn't make any sense. I know y'all are tapping in the comments down below. Oh my God, y'all are going too hard on this show. Y'all,
that's okay.
No, we're not.
That's all right. Nobody comments on this show anyway. It's okay.
Oh well.
Regardless,
we love you guys, though.
I will say, JD McDonough was honestly the big highlight of the match.
He is the highlight reel after all. Oh wait, that's wrong. That's the wrong person.
Regardless, he's really shown himself that he can get the job done, and even if he didn't actually win, he honestly had the strongest performance next to Braun Breaker.
Did for real. Then there's Ilya Dragunov, who got destroyed.
Yep, he did.
Pretty much.
Braun Breaker retained the championship. I thought it was a great main event. So the way it's looking, we had a great ladder match to kick off the show and a fantastic main event.
Yep.
The casket match was, no, it was okay. The weapons and wild match was terrible. The ambulance match was also alright. And the NXT women's title match lacked a lot of logic.
Which we need wrestling. I know wrestling is supposed to be fun, but still, we need some logic, folks.
Yeah, very much so. But
the main event was a banger.
Main event was a banger after banger.
The banger after banger.
And here's the thing. There is something that we did not hear. We did not hear A-Town down.
Not yet, we haven't.
What was that all about, honestly, last week?
I guess to, maybe he's going to cash in. If he's not beating Roman Reigns, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's not beating Roman Reigns.
So you might as well cash in on the NXT Championship.
And plus, Braun Breaker was still kind of fresh a little bit.
Yeah, he was literally fresh. And, there he holds the title. I'm like, okay, here he comes. Here he comes. Here we go. And nope, they go off the air. I'm like, okay, then.
All right. Folks, I thought I'd let you know that concludes our review of NXT Halloween Havoc. And I will say that it was decent, but it was really messed up in a lot of ways.
I gave it a 7-ish, 7 out of 10. Only because the weapons wild match, it was...
Yeah. I thought I'd also let you guys know that we also got some very interesting news. That is, NXT's next pay-per-view is Deadline, which is happening on December 10th.
10. Okay, wait, no, it's not.
I would hit you, but my fingers are still in pain from when you slammed the door on them.
Ha!
Anyways, so as a result of that, folks, we're actually doing a couple more podcasts this year.
Woo!
Because, next week, folks, we are going to predict Crown Jewel.
Yes, sir.
And I cannot wait to discuss Roman Reigns and Logan Paul.
Crown Jewel? You mean Finn Balor's Crown Jewel? You know, because he keeps sitting to his...
Not really.
Anyways, folks. If
it was Finn Balor's Crown Jewel, then maybe he would have been crowned the King of the Ring last year.
Don't disrespect King Woods. Anyways.
Then after that, we're going to review Crown Jewel. Week after that, predict AEW Full Gear. Week after, it's the review of Full Gear and the predictions to Survivor Series.
Yay!
Then after that, the review of Survivor Series, which will be followed by the predictions to NXT Deadline, and then finally, the review of NXT Deadline, and then we will be done until Royal Rumble. Or WWE suddenly brings in a Christmas pay-per-view for no reason.
Guarantee you that's probably what's going to happen. Then we're going to have another show and another review, and then we'll be done.
And then there's more.
You know, now that you say that, I guarantee you that's going to happen.
Oh my God, let's please
don't.
Not. I'm exhausted from, this is our 4th consecutive week of a podcast. And we still have a lot more to go.
Oh, we do, but we love entertaining our fans.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been on an amazing grind this last couple months.
There you go.
And I'm glad about that. I'm glad I've been in a much better place lately.
Same here, dog. Same here.
Overall, though, folks, this is the last time you'll hear us until next week, and until then, of course, I will say Happy Halloween.
Yes, sir.
But we all know Christmas is the best holiday ever.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Anyways.
But in, of course, the United States, there's also Thanksgiving.
That is, well, I prefer Christmas, though, no joke.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, did you want to say something? Because I heard you say,
oh yeah. But next time, which is next month, actually, Christian, they'll see us.
That is true.
Because it'll be November.
We'll be entering into November. You'll be seeing us on November 4th, the day before Crown Jewel. And I'm honestly looking forward to a lot of this. That means, folks, tonight's edition of SmackDown is going to be live, and then they're going to tape next week's because, they got to travel to Saudi Arabia.
And hopefully not get lost there. That won't happen, don't worry.
First of all, they didn't even get lost the first time.
Oh, yeah, they got, hijacked. Not hijacked, my bad, not hijacked.
Whoa!
Not hijacked. Grounded. There we go.
Yeah, that stuff happens. Yeah, that stuff happens at airports. That happened to me on my way back from Dallas in WrestleMania week. I was at the freaking place for over 8 hours after I was supposed to be gone.
Oh, hell no.
I was pissed off.
Oof.
So many freaking flight delays happen.
It's on a fly drive.
Well, driving from where I'm at to Dallas, Texas would have been a lot more crazy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have minded, but, I'm just saying, it would have been way too far.
There you go.
Regardless, folks, that is going to conclude this week's podcast. We hope everyone is going to enjoy their nice holiday. I mean, Halloween's not a holiday, but fuck you, I think it is. And it's about being scary, okay?
Yeah.
And Neil Balor, well, you know what to do.
Well, let's see. We're the losers. This is our lounge. We'll see you next week. Next month, actually. Peace.